Call 911. Grampy's in the roof again. Okay. This is the pull down attic access ladder in the garage. See that? You see that? This drywall is 1/2 inch. It's like a 20-minute fire rating. You know, you got the doors fire rated, you got 20-minute fire rating. Everything around here is designed. You're supposed to separate, encapsulate, okay, the garage from the living space, and the living space from the attic, and the attic from the garage. So if you have a fire start in the attic, everybody's got a chance. If you have the other two have a chance. If the fire starts in the garage, the other two have a chance. Fires spread very quickly in new homes. This is not fire rated. This is a chimney. This is a chimney for you, you know. So the fire can just jump up in here, just like that. All right. I'm short. Give me some time. Give Grampy a moment here. You don't want him to hurt himself. Come up in here. Come up in the attic. Alright. It's all bolted in nice. It's good. It's good. We come up here to the top. We got a light switch right by the door. Oh, it doesn't work. How about that? We don't have a bulb. It's got a cage around it. It's supposed to have a cage. This also is not supposed to be a rocker switch. Or you get it right on and off. It's not supposed to be like willy-nilly, you guess what you're doing. Alright? So, these electric cables are a little close too. They shouldn't be closer than 16 inches for the walkway. Alright. You can go. Is that all you got, bud? Yeah, mostly. Mostly. We've got about 15 inches of loose fill fiberglass, if they measured it right. You think those depth markers are always installed properly? I don't. I know better. We're going to look. And then, you notice some parts of our attic are insulated and other parts of our attic are not. You know? Coincidence? I think not. This is the living space and we want it insulated. This is the garage space. It's not insulated. It's not living space. It doesn't have to be insulated. But when our insulation comes to the edges, what does it do? This falls down all around the water heater flues. And look at there. See that piping? See that red piping right there? That's supposed to be insulated. That's your water pipe in the attic. Okay? Because our water piping doesn't, you know, it's PEX. We don't run it through the slab. So what do we have? Is we got exposed. You think that's going to freeze? 3 guesses and the first 2 don't count. Okay? So we should have a barrier around here so our insulation doesn't spill down over to the garage space. It doesn't hurt to have some insulation on the garage. What hurts is to lose the insulation over your living space. That's what hurts. That's what smarts. Okay, let's just come over here. We're just looking. Inquiring minds want to know. Alright, I don't mean to disrupt your insulation, but you don't have the barriers over there anyway. Let me come on down there. And I am measuring. Okay, you're measuring 15. I'm measuring 15. That's about right. How about that? Well, you got an honest installation installer. And usually the guys that are blowing the insulation aren't the ones responsible for putting up those little stops. So, somebody's, I'm not going to say they're dishonest. Can you tell who didn't wear their belt today? But we need blocks right there to keep the insulation in. We need insulation on our water pipe right there. Those are baffles. Those are a good thing. But our baffles are all too high. Okay? You know, see that light underneath the baffles? That's your ridge vents. Okay? The baffles are supposed to go down to the ridge vents so that the ridge vents don't get clogged with insulation and dirty. And it brings the air up these baffles so it circulates through the attic. And we got all this, the baffles were installed too high. Somebody didn't want to bend over too much. You really expect me to bend over like that? We got baffles on the other side. They're black all over here. And you can see the insulation goes right up to them. Okay? I'm going to bump my head in here. I'll tell you one thing. This attic's frame, we got radiant panel insulated barriers. We got a truss building system. And you know what I like about truss building systems? It's because they're manufactured in a factory. They got more control over it. And so they just bring it out and they just set it up like setting up tinker toys, tinker locks. So you get real good results. This is a strong building system because it's a web system. It's like a suspension bridge. And you know, if part of it collapses, then it'll all collapse. Back when firemen would actually try to put out your fire, they wouldn't let them walk on top of a truss system because it's potential to collapse because the fire is weakening the system, like unlike conventional framing. But now the firemen don't even do that. They come out and they control the fire from the exterior. They'll go in and save you, you know, but you know, all they care about is saving your life and controlling the fire. And you don't blame them. I mean, you can't blame them for that. We got radiant panels. We got a nice truss system. Okay, we're missing our light. Our light switch isn't labeled. We don't have a border around the garage, and our baffles are too high. And I wanted to get over here. I wanted to get over here and get a better look, but I can't. So I just see the baffles in that one area, and I'm trying, you know, do no harm. This might give us a hint here. We're hint seekers. We want to know the truth. Oh yeah, look at all that daylight underneath there. The whole south side of the house, the baffles weren't in there. How are you going to get in there and do that? I can't get in there to even see it. How are you going to get in there to do that? You think that's going to happen? You think it's going to happen? You want to, you know what? You could bet the project manager. Oh, I don't bet. I bet you wouldn't bet on that. But you could bet the project manager that it doesn't happen. At least you'd win a bet. It's just a thought. I don't know. So, what did we learn? We learned we got a truss system. We learned that we got radiant panels. Those are very good, by the way. And so is the truss system. That's all good. Our insulation, for the most part, is good. We need some barriers. Need some barriers, and we need our switch labeled. We need a light in here, and we need our baffles to be installed properly. Take that insulation off of that, and we need our water pipe insulated.